What a beautiful way to begin this morning. Thank you so much to all of our beautiful, beautiful, beautiful children chanting such sacred and beautiful mantras and chanting them so well. And of course, thank you to their parents for really inculcating those sanskaras. Pujya Swamiji always says, don't worry about giving your children cars, worry about giving them sanskars, that those values, ethics that really transform them. It's not just the recitation of, a national anthem or a poem or all the other things that as kids we tend to learn in school, but the mantra actually changes them. It's not just something that they memorize, but it's actually something that every time they chant, it really changes them on the inside and gives them that great anchor to hold on to in life. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Continuing on with the sacredness of mantra, I'll ask Pujya Swamiji to begin today with leading us in some more sacred divine mantra.
Om Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu Mangalam Garudadhvaja Mangalam Pundarikaksho Mangalayatano Harihi Sarvamangala Mangalye Shive Sarvat Sadhike Sharanye Triambake Gauri Narayani Namostute Narayani Namostute Narayani Namostute Brahma Muraris Tripurantakari Bhanu Shashibhu Misuto Budhasya Guruscha Shukraha Shani Rahu Ketava Sarve Graha Shantikara Bhavantu Sarve Graha Shantikara Bhavantu. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
And allow yourself to be fully here. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just stop. And just allow the body to come to rest for a moment. Our minds are so fragile in a way that wherever the body goes, the mind follows. Wherever the senses go, the mind follows. So as we sit for a few minutes of meditation, just make sure that the body is still. That the eyes are closed. And that you give yourself the best possible chance of a calm and still mind. Allow that awareness to pull inward. And allow the awareness to merge into the breath. There will always be sounds, there will always be sensations, there will always be opportunities for distraction. but use that power of intention and power of attention to really bring that mind in, to direct it. And bring it into the breath. Just allow that awareness to be anchored into the breath as it gently flows in and flows out. And allow that awareness of the breath to be anchored, not in your chest or your rib cage or your lungs, but actually low in your abdomen, below your navel, below the belly button. Take that awareness of the breath and draw it to the energy center, the chakra, that's just about 2 inches below your navel. It's called the Swadhisthana chakra. And so as you inhale and exhale, take the breaths from that center. So you're breathing from very low in the abdomen. And on the next inhalation, as you inhale, allow the breath to rise through you. So you're inhaling from that energy center below the navel, but then the breath is rising through the body, through the energetic body. And allow it to rise all the way up to that third eye center, between the eyebrows, that place where we put the tilak, the bindi, that third eye center called the Agya chakra. So on the inhalations, you're gonna just allow the breath, instead of filling you horizontally where we inflate kind of like a balloon, instead of that, allow it to rise up through you. From the Swadhisthana chakra below the navel, up to the Agya chakra, between the eyebrows. And just allow it to rise in a smooth and easy and unbroken way. And if you notice that you can't bring the breath all the way to the third eye on one smooth and unbroken inhalation, don't worry. Just carry it as high as you comfortably can without suffocating yourself. And then let it drop back down to the Swadhisthana chakra below the navel. So the breath is rising higher and higher on each inhalation, with that power of attention on the third eye center that is drawing the breath upwards. Rising higher and higher on each inhalation as the breath gets closer and closer to that third eye center. And dropping down, letting go, back into the Swadhisthana chakra on each exhalation. As we let go and exhale back down into the core of our being. If the mind wanders, don't worry, just gently bring it back to the breath. As it rises up to the third eye center. And as we drop deeper and deeper into the core of the self. Slowly and gently bring the palms of the hands together at chest level, namaste, and rub them gently against each other. Press those palms into the closed eyes. Slowly lower the hands and open the eyes. So welcome to our third satsang session. We'll also try to get through as many of the questions that I know have come into the bowl as possible. Spiritual wellness. What does that mean? How do we create health in our lives? We know what we need to do for our bodies. Whether we actually do it or not is another story, but we at least know what we're supposed to do. I could tell you all, take out a piece of paper and list the 5 most important things to do for your body. And I have full confidence that you'd all get them right. It's, eat well and exercise and drink enough water and get sleep and avoid junk food and eat your fruits and vegetables and, whatever it is. So we know that. On a spiritual level, though, what do we do to be healthy? Because we all know plenty of people whose bodies are healthy. Nothing wrong in the body. And yet, who are living in a state of dis-ease. Things don't feel right. Maybe we're one of those people. And so we realize there's so much more to wellness than just the absence of disease in the body. That's a very important first step. As anyone who's ever tried to get out of bed and meditate when you've got a really high fever or really bad diarrhea or an awful backache knows, it's hard. It's hard to drag the body out of bed when it feels awful and sit it down to meditate. So having a healthy body is not irrelevant by any means. It's of great importance. The body is a temple. And in Hindi, we say Sharirdak Mandirde. It's literally a temple. It's our vehicle for awakening, our vehicle through which we experience consciousness. And it's only the outermost level. It's only the vehicle. So then what about spiritual wellness? Well, that's when we start looking at how do we spend our days? What do we do with our bodies? What do we do with our minds? That's where we get into the yoga on the mat and off the mat, the meditation on the cushion, off the cushion. And you want to make sure that you've got both. You want your meditation on the cushion. You want your yoga on the mat. But you also want to make sure that you don't leave them behind when you stand up. That it's not, oh, my meditation practice is so good. And oh my God, the rest of my life just sucks. It's awful. Not a good way to live. You want that meditation to stay with you. You want the experience you have in yoga to stay with you so that there's not this division between your spiritual practice, your spiritual life, and the rest of your life. So we take the experiences we have in meditation. Oneness, connectivity. I mean, these are experiences that in all the different teachings of meditation that we all experience, a sense of oneness, whether it's oneness with the grass you're sitting on, oneness with the air you're breathing. There's a sense of, I'm no longer just this physical thing. So you meditate. You start to just kind of notice, that line where my leg ends and the cushion begins isn't quite as hard and fast as I thought it was. It starts to get a little bit more permeable. And then you notice that line between where your chest ends and that line between where you end and the person meditating next to you begins starts to get a little bit more permeable. Suddenly we're not separate beings. And we carry that into our world, into how we live, to what we eat, what we wear, in the whole sort of yoga of life. How do we live consciously? What choices do we make in all the ways that we have to make choices? Our diets, our products, our clothing, our lifestyles. There's all sorts of really powerful and impactful ways to live that are in alignment with these experiences that we have in meditation and yoga, these truths that we know. The more in alignment your life is, the happier you are. There's a psychological term called cognitive dissonance, which is a very basic kind of Psych 101 idea that says, as human beings, we need there to be consonance, a connection between what I think and what I do. And where there's dissonance, where there's a lack of consonance, there's suffering. So for example, let's say that I know in my mind that smoking is really bad for you, but I can't stop smoking. So first I'm going to try to change the behavior. I'm going to do whatever I can to stop. I'm going to commit. I'm going to stop. But if I don't stop, if I keep smoking, you'll notice something very interesting. Suddenly I no longer think smoking's so bad. Suddenly I think that, yeah, it's all just propaganda to, bankrupt the tobacco companies, or it's all just, propaganda of the, progressives or this or that. Whoever I decide I'm anti, who's trying to, take me in a direction that my smoking self doesn't want to go in, I'll blame them. And I had to do that, or I'll start to say, well, my friend's 98-year-old grandmother has smoked 3 packs of cigarettes a day forever, and she's still alive. I have to do that because I need my actions and my thoughts to line up. We hear somebody like that and you think, what is wrong with them? Or like, how could they think like that? It's not that they're crazy. It's not that they're stupid. It's actually that they've had to adopt a thought process that matches their actions in order for there to be consonance. Now, I mention that here because you're spiritual people. You've been on spiritual retreat. You're going to be bringing spiritual practices into your day-to-day life. Those practices include beliefs, truths, insights, not religious beliefs. We all come from different religious traditions, but spiritual beliefs, beliefs around oneness, beliefs around connection, beliefs around togetherness, beliefs around compassion. And if our actions don't line up with that, if we don't start to live and choose in a way that's in alignment with our beliefs around compassion, around nonviolence, around truth, around oneness, what's going to happen is eventually you're going to end up losing the beliefs. You're going to end up losing this anchoring in the spiritual truths because of the dissonance. And so you really want to make sure to make decisions that you can make. So for example, another important example is when we start to think about a daily practice, which is really important. And I know Pujya Swamiji is going to give, he's promised yesterday, this beautiful multivitamin for our spiritual practice. Well, when we start embarking on that, you may decide, all right, I'm supercharged. I'm going to start getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day, and I'm going to meditate for 2 hours. Well, if up until yesterday you were sleeping until 9, it's fantastic. If you could get up at 4 o'clock starting tomorrow and meditate 2 hours, nothing like it. It's unlikely you're going to do it though. What's much more likely is you're going to hit the snooze button enough times and go back to sleep. And you'll recommit for a few days in a row. And then eventually what's going to happen is the dissonance between the thought that says, I'm going to get up at 4 in the morning and meditate 2 hours, and the action, which is I hit the snooze button and go back to sleep. The dissonance between them is going to become so much that since you're not able to do the action, you're going to let go of the thought. And then you're going to lose that inspiration. You're going to say, anyway, I'm not not a spiritual person, not a meditator, can't get up in the morning. I'm not really somebody who, fulfills my commitments. Instead of that, you're much better off on every level deciding, all right, from tomorrow you're going to get up at 7 and you're going to meditate 15 minutes. And the next month you're going to get up at 6:30 and you're going to meditate for 20 minutes. And you're going to do it slowly, slowly in pieces that you actually can achieve. A, you then benefit from getting up earlier in some meditation. But B, just as powerfully, you benefit from a thought process that knows I am someone who does what I commit to doing. And that's critical. Because the moment that we decide that we are not someone who does what we commit to doing, we lose respect for ourselves. We lose that identification as someone on a spiritual path, as someone who makes dharmic choices or yogic choices. So as you are here, over the next few hours, really think about what is the practice I can bring into my daily life on the mat and off the mat that's in alignment with my beliefs and that is actually something from now I can do. You don't have to do it all at once. Take it in pieces, take it slowly so that you really build up a full implementable practice. Because remember, the way that you spend your days is the way that you spend your life. I'm going to say that again because it's really important. The way you spend your days is the way you spend your life. Your life is made up of your days. So however you are spending your days, that is how you are spending your life. And so really be conscious. How am I spending my days? Are they in alignment with my beliefs? Are they in alignment with my dharma, with my purpose? And if not, don't worry. It's the situation a lot of us find ourselves in, and this is just where you bring them back. You just bring them back. However you can, piece by piece, until they're in alignment. Another really important, for me anyway, practice of spiritual wellness is the shift in focus from that which is happening in the world around you to that which is happening inside you. So I've got a glass of water here. If we take rocks and we dump rocks into this glass of water, what's going to happen? It's going to spill. Yeah, splash all over the place. Okay. Now, this glass is me. It's how I identify. This is me. The rocks are what we'll call life. All the stuff of life. The things that happen, the people around us. All the stuff that causes that splashing and turbulence in our life. Oh my God, I can't believe she said that. I can't believe he did that. I can't believe this happened. And what most of us try to do very earnestly is to keep the rocks out of the glass. And so we spend our lives metaphorically trying to push away, to fix, to prevent things from happening that are going to cause a splash or a ripple or turbulence in our sense of self. The way that we micromanage the people around us, right? Pujya Swamiji was saying yesterday, you happened to me. What does that even mean? What does that mean? It means who you are has caused turbulence in me. You happened to me. You notice when a lot of people embark on spiritual paths, you hear people start to say things like, don't talk to me. I'm feeling so peaceful today. Like, I don't, just don't. Now, I certainly understand that instinct. Like, just don't happen to me today, for God's sakes, like, right? You've happened to me every other day, just don't happen to me today. The problem is it's not sustainable. We don't live in bubbles. You don't want to live in a bubble. A spiritual practice is not about creating a bubble. It's not, well, I can't talk to him and I can't go here and I can't do this and I can't do that and because that disturbs my peace and this disturbs my peace and that disturbs my peace. And your peace should not be so fragile. If you took the same rocks and instead of dropping them in this glass, you dropped them in the ocean, what would happen? Yeah, right? At most, a tiny little ripple that fades off in a moment. So for me, one of the best practices for spiritual wellness is what I call become the ocean. Rather than try to push away the rocks, ask yourself, how can I re-identify as ocean? I am ocean. We know that when we say soul, spirit, consciousness, divinity, these sacred mantras that have been chanted for the last 2 days, they're all about our oneness, our inseparability with that which is infinite. That is the core of who we are. So why do we identify like this? Become the ocean. Allow your spiritual practice, allow your self-identification to be oceanness. When rocks come, instead of trying to push them away, just exhale into spaciousness. Re-anchor in your oceanness. Let that be your question, not how can I get this person away or how can I keep these rocks out of my life, but how can I experience the oceanness of myself? And then the last part to mention, there's so much, but just to end now so we have time for some questions at the end, is let it go. Whatever it is. And when I say this, I don't mean, I'm not talking about a spiritual bypass. I'm not talking about denial or repression or ignoring things. It's not that at all. It's an aspect of really asking yourself, what is important? Yesterday we were talking about choosing love, choosing peace, about being married versus being right. That's what all this is. It's a very conscious, conscientious decision. It's not denial, it's not repression, it's not bypass. It's a very grounded, anchored, conscious choice. If you're walking down the street and someone stabs you, okay? They're mugging you, and in their mugging, they stab you, right? It's an awful thing to think about, but just imagine it for a moment. What are you going to do? What's the first thing on your mind that you're going to do? Anybody going to chase the guy down the street with a knife sticking out of your side? Anybody? Chase down the mugger as the knife sticks into you. All right, so what are you going to do instead? Yeah, go to the hospital. Call the doctor, take the knife out. Right. We're going to do what we need to do to take care of ourselves. Deal with that guy later on. We understand I'm losing blood. The last thing I need to do is run down the street after this guy. I need to take care of my wound. I'm going to do whatever I need to do to take care of it. I'm going to go to the hospital. I'm going to call a doctor. I'm going to get the knife out of me. I'm going to be 100% focused on healing of the self. We'll deal with what the guy was wearing, what he looked like, what street he went down to catch him. That's much later. That's once I'm okay. In our lives, it's the same thing. When things happen, when people happen to us, when things happen in our lives that hurt us, valid things, we hold on to them. We allow them to identify us. We metaphorically chase that person. How dare you? Who do you think you are? That hurt me. Make it better. Say sorry. Whatever it may be. And we need to shift that focus of what do I need to do in this moment so that I'm not forever scarred by this. Take care of the self. Whenever you feel injured, hurt, upset, whatever it is, do whatever you need to do in that moment to let that go so that you can heal. It's the literally taking out the knife. Do your meditation, do your breathing, take a walk in nature. Listen to music that inspires you. Read poetry, write poetry. Hug a tree, hug yourself. Do whatever you need to do that heals you. Do not hold on to it, because then they become permanent injuries. And then they're much, much harder to deal with. As quickly as you can. Exhale. Some people find it helps to even just kind of move the body literally like, just, all right. And we move on. Let it go. You're going to find the ability to be free and to be healthy spiritually is dependent upon your ability to let go. I'm going to end here, and I'll ask Pujya Swamiji to bless us with his wisdom and his inspiration and his blessings. And then we will take as many of the questions before we leave as we can.
You are charged, your battery is charged. Whole day practice no reaction. That I am not going to react. Urge will come to react. Anger will provoke you to react. But just if you can have a courage, say, okay, I will answer you after 24 hours. Or maybe next week. Even in the family also, I give sometime advice. Have a fight hour every week. Whatever you want, yes, it is very helpful. Very helpful. Whatever complaints you have, just 1 hour. 60 minutes, no more. Time over, and that's it. Whatever is there, just keep writing. Have a complaint book. And then have a compliment book also. 1 page for complaints and 1 page for compliments. And every week have a time. Okay, now fight hour. Start. Okay, you start. No, you start first. And you will see. Give a chance to your partner. No, you start first. And you will see, after 1 week, there will not be many complaints because you meditate. When you meditate, and time will come to react, but okay, Sunday, fight hour. And there will be less and less fight in the family. You will say, oh, why to fight? For these little petty things. And last, introspection. So practice this meditation every day. Second, no reaction during the whole day, that I am not going to react. Have a shirt on, no reaction. Yeah, no reaction shirt. Next time in our camp, meditation shirt, no reaction shirt, and introspection shirt. Yeah. Or maybe 3, you can put it together. Meditation, no reaction, introspection. And maybe in the back should be no reaction for others, that they can see it, no reaction. But if reaction is not here, there will be no reaction from other side also. First we react. Just what happened to you, you happened to me. Then it will not happen. Even they happen to you, but you will not happen to them. You will happen in such a beautiful way. I remember last 4 years ago, then I will finish. 5 years ago, in our International Yoga Festival, one lady came from Hollywood. Her husband is a Hollywood movie producer. And it happens in life. She was going through very bad time in her marriage. And they decided, okay, enough, let us go to divorce. Anyway, she was going bad time, and she thought, oh, so many people are going from Los Angeles, let me also go with them. She comes to Rishikesh. 1 week of yoga festival, and she stayed few more days, 3 days more. And after that, when she was leaving, she came to us, she shared, discussed, and advice was given to her. When you go back, how to be. And she was already changed because the whole atmosphere, the yoga, the meditation, the advice were given. And the moment she landed, husband came to receive her. And he was very surprised to see her the way she looked at him and very peacefully and said, I am sorry. And he said, wow, it's you? Where are you coming from? My God, next time I'll give you not once a year, twice a year. Go back and have this yoga festival. You are so changed. Completely changed. 1 ticket worth. And really, one international yoga festival, being on the banks of Ganga, doing yoga, doing meditation, and more of it, contemplation. She started looking back, why I was fighting for petty, small things, for petty complaints. Is it worth? Just 1 week. And there was no fight hour later on, and no divorce papers. They went to the court, they brought this, went to the lawyer, they brought the paper back, and they are living together even now, very happily. Have a fight hour. Believe me. Huh? All this fight is because of right, my right, me, and me. The moment you start giving preference to other persons, things change. And believe me, not things change, that person also changes. Nobody is made out of stone. We are all human beings. Things happen. To err is human. These things happen. That's why we need these camps. We need, even for 36 hours or 3 days, but have a time. And these 36 hours change your life. When you go back, you are not same. You are different. You are changed. You are charged. You are transformed. When you go back, I expect from same thing what happened in Los Angeles at the airport, it should happen in every house. Wow, that was great. You are different. And that is the power of meditation. And before you sleep, introspection. Sadhviji has already explained about that. I will not go in details. Introspection. Not what is happening around me, what is happening to me. Where do I stand? That is very important, because end of the day, your peace matters, your happiness matters, your life matters. If you are not in peace, as I share and I keep sharing, if you are not in peace, what do? You will not share peace. You will share pieces. That's why God bless you being here. And now, after this camp is over, you will be gone home, but there will be another opportunity. Come to your Himalayan home, to Rishikesh. And being there is meditation. Being there is peace, a place to be. God bless you. I love you. And let us give a big round of applause for this beautiful lady. So much everywhere. So dedicated. Every time she wants to catch everything. That is what is life. That is life. Don't miss anything like her. These scenes are so beautiful. For petty complaints, for small things. Oh, you are not sitting like this. You are not sitting like this. I am not going to take your picture. No, she was just taking her picture. Doesn't matter how you sit, how you pose. How we should take care of our pose, that we have to see. And the way you were, she has taken now. Go back and see how you were sitting. This will be online. This will be online. It's up to you how you want to pose for the world. It's not the posing for the world. How you can pose your calm every day. How you feel connected. How you feel grounded and anchored. That matters. That's what is all about spirituality and wellness. God bless you. And let us give a big round of applause for our beautiful sound system. Very nice, very attentive, little bit here and there, very good. And the entire our beautiful musical team. Even she was not feeling well physically, but said, music, I am there. That's what music is. And coming all the way from America yesterday, Dr. Kripali, just this is devotion, dedication. That whatever I will do, maybe people can have online. This is a devotion. God bless you. Just coming for 1.5 days, not easy. Taking off and hope, because there was no time. Whole night she worked for several nights to take these few hours, coming to England and going back now to America. God bless you, Dr. Kripali, and you all. Without you, no camp. And our children. And where is that beautiful birdie who gave me, I love you, Swamiji? Where is she? Triambakam yajamaya. She's there. Wonderful. God bless you. And whoever has given this beautiful site, they are also very dedicated. They could have earned so much money to do something different. I was talking to Sir Richard Glenn that they have made a very conscious decision how to keep this place. It's a beautiful property, but they are not doing for prosperity or they earn more and more and more. They could have it, but they made a conscious decision that how to keep it rural, rustic, and vegetarian, because they are committed to Mother Earth, Mother Nature. God bless you. I want you to come forward. Come, Sir Richard.